Hi, and welcome to the next in our series on pre-diabetes 101. Today, we're going to talk about implementing a whole food plant-based approach for reversing diabetes. And a lot of this is drawn from one of my good friends, Dr. Wes Youngberg, and his guidelines for nutrition when you're trying to reverse diabetes. So I have three sections to what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about approach, method, and then how you follow up. So one of the most frequent questions I get asked is, I want to eat to reverse my diabetes, but I don't know what to eat. And obviously, we can't cover everything and answer all your questions in the next 10 or 12 minutes, but I do want to give you some guidelines that can definitely help you get started on your journey to really reversing diabetes or pre-diabetes especially. So the first one is I want to talk about our approach to the nutrition piece. Like, how do we answer that question? So number one is really important to educate yourself and become more aware of what are the principles behind eating to increase your insulin sensitivity. So start by getting to know more about the principles behind a whole food plant-based approach to nutrition. And I'm going to want you to really understand how important it is to focus on unprocessed, nutrient dense plant foods. What I mean by nutrient dense is that you're getting lots of vitamins and minerals for every single calorie that you take in. And so we're going to also, I want to recommend that you look at some dietitians that specialize in this area of whole food, plant-based lifestyle approach to prediabetes reversal. One of those that I know personally and that I could recommend is Brenda Davis. And you will have in the description to this video, right below this video, you'll have some links where you can look at some of those resources that can help you if you want to really dive into this in a deeper way. So like a really good dietitian like Brenda Davis can give you reputable plant-based nutrition advice. Now, be aware that many nutritionists are not taught the things that you're going to be learning today. So it's really important that you get somebody that aligns with the approach you want to take, which for long-term health is going to be plant-based. And as you go to implement the things I'm going to talk about in the next few minutes, it's super important that you monitor your blood sugars carefully. I am not kidding you. Actually implementing the things we're going to talk about today can start dropping your blood sugars within just a few meals. And if you're not monitoring your blood sugars and you're on any kind of medication for your blood sugars, you run the risk of getting blood sugars that are too low. So it's really important for you to be watching them. If you have pre-diabetes, you're most likely on oral medications. And so you'll need to work with your healthcare provider to adjust doses as your needs for the medication drop. So let's talk a little bit about method. That's the second part for today. So how do you transition to this diet that's going to be more insulin sensitive and support your disease reversal? Many people find that they can start gradually by just increasing the proportion of plant-based foods in your diet. For example, just start adding one extra vegetable a day, or maybe 2 servings of vegetables a day, and just start by adding that to whatever you're already doing. Then you might go to where you're eating 1 or 2 meals a day that just have plant foods. So like restricting your animal products to 1 meal a day. And then you can move into having 1 or 2 days a week where your meals are all plant-based, and then you put your animal products on the other days of the week. So you can transition here gradually and start experiencing benefits very quickly. So what are some of the key components of this insulin sensitivity diet based on whole foods and the plant kingdom? Well, let's start with fruits and vegetables. That's often an easy place to start adding things to your plate. And you want to aim for a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables so that you get a wide range of nutrients. Having lots of different colors means you're getting lots of different nutrients. Then you want to think about whole grains. You want to incorporate whole grains into your daily lineup. Things like quinoa, brown rice, You can use a whole wheat pasta or whole grain bread. If you're currently using white flour products, just moving into whole grain products will be an improvement for you. But I do want to say around the whole grains, if you're looking to make sure all your whole grains are actually whole, they're not, nothing's been taken away, their bran is not taken away, they have all of their fiber, all of their vitamins and minerals, you still want to make that a smaller proportion of your total plate. Because when you're looking to bring your blood sugars down, too many grains, too big a serving, too many servings can really sabotage the blood sugar dropping. So you want them because you need some of those nutrients, but you don't need large quantities. So keep that to a smaller part of your plate. I would say to a quarter of your plate, one meal a day. And the best meal to incorporate your whole grains is breakfast. Your body will deal with the grains better in the morning than they will later in the afternoon. Another food group that you want to make sure you're including are legumes. Now, legumes are things like beans and lentils, chickpeas, and they are an amazing source of plant-based protein and fiber. So they're really, along with vegetables, one of those key pieces of what you want on your plate. And don't let the carbohydrate numbers for legumes bother you, because what we know is that because of the way legumes are constructed, with the large amounts of fiber that they carry and the way your body deals with them, it deals with those carbohydrates in the beans very differently than it deals with carbohydrates from some other sources. In fact, studies have shown that eating legumes at breakfast, for example, will help you have lower blood sugars after your lunch meal, and sometimes even after the third meal of the day. It's what's called the second meal effect. And beans are famous for it, and they are so, so important in helping you control your blood sugars. Then the last group of foods are your whole food fats and proteins, which come from nuts and seeds. These give you those essential healthy fats. They're a good source of protein as well as other crucial nutrients. They're another food group that you want to have some every day, but small amounts. So you don't need very much in the way of nuts or seeds because they're high in fat. And so they're really they're very dense in terms of their nutrients. So you just don't need a lot of them at once. You also want to make sure that your nutrient intake is balanced. Make sure you're getting your nutritional needs covered. Things like B12 as you drop out the animal products, making sure you're getting lots of sunshine for vitamin D and supplements if you need it. Make sure that you are getting omega-3 fatty acids from things like flax seeds and hemp seeds and chia seeds. Now, it's very, very important that you be thinking about limiting your processed foods and working towards eliminating them. So they're very high in things like added sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial additives like preservatives and food colorings. You just don't need that stuff. It doesn't help your body, it doesn't help you to heal, and it doesn't create an internal environment that's consistent with reversing your diabetes. And as you think about planning your meals, make sure you're getting a variety of plant-based foods, like different kinds of vegetables, different kinds of fruits, different kinds of grains, different kinds of legumes. They don't need to be different kinds all in one meal. But over the course of a week, you want to be eating the whole rainbow when it comes to fruits and vegetables, like all the different colors. And you always want to mix colors, textures, and flavors within your meal. That will help you to get a really good balance. So that will usually take care of making sure that you're getting carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats in each meal. So what's important is that you have a good source of protein. So your legumes are a great way to do that. And carbohydrates will come with whatever you're eating. So you don't have to count them. You don't have to pay a ton of attention to them. You just want to make sure that, for example, you're not overdoing your grains. If you do that, you're probably going to be okay. You also want to be careful if you notice your blood sugars aren't coming down the way you want them to. You might want to make sure you're getting any fruit that you eat during the day at breakfast, along with those grains, and limit it to about 3 servings of fruit a day. So the rest of your fruit and vegetable servings, of which you want anywhere from 9 to 12 to more, You want no more than 3 of those to be fruit, and the rest can all be vegetables, especially your above the ground vegetables. Those are great sources of vitamins, minerals, and those nutrients that help your body to heal and to stay well. And even when you're eating really healthy foods, do pay attention to the quantity because you don't want to overeat, even if it's all healthy food. So that's it in a nutshell. Do like keep following up, be watching your sugars, consult with your dietitian or your healthcare provider to evaluate your progress and make any necessary changes in your medications. Remember, everybody's response to dietary changes is a little bit different. So it's important that you're being followed by someone that understands a lifestyle approach to reversing diabetes. And with the consistent effort and guidance of experts, people like Dr. Wes Youngberg, Brenda Davis as a dietitian, you can work towards reversing diabetes through a whole food, plant-based approach. So to sum it up, plant-based nutrition and a low-fat approach are your power moves in reversing prediabetes. Small changes can create big results. And if you want to dig deeper, I've loaded up in the description below this video with some top-notch sources, studies, resources, things that can help you just dive into this subject if you want to know more. If you want more information or you'd really like that personal touch, my contact details are down below as well. So don't be shy. But thank you for joining me today. Remember, you're in the driver's seat of your health journey. And here's to a vibrant, pre-diabetes-free future. You can hit like and share and subscribe this video for more actionable insights. I'll catch you next time. And remember that health is wealth and it comes by choice, not by chance.